Hi, welcome. I'm Dae. This is Daylight Healing Oracle, and this is an 18 plus message from your body on your sensual pleasure, on your desires. This reading, I was just sitting here and it came through out of nowhere. I got the inspiration. I just had to come through and bring this up. It was 11:11 when I got the inspiration to do this reading. Something just came to mind. These just fell out of the deck, and I feel like there is a story here that really wants to be spoken about. There is a connection, a love here. I'll take that as a confirmation that it's hot, right? There is this, there's quite a spark. There is two people that I just keep on seeing here throughout lifetimes, throughout many scenarios, many different occasions, but something about them is always drawn to another, always drawn to one another, right? I'm feeling the need to move this around here. Get this rose quartz right in front of me. This is damn, this energy is turning me on. Yeah, so let's talk about it. Let's talk about what your body's saying. Is there something that really makes you almost touch your body, touch your skin in a whole new way than you ever did before, once you connect with another who treats it the way that it deserves, who treats your every sensation the way you deserve, the way you've always desired, where you don't have to ask, but if you do ask, it's enthusiastically followed as a celebration that you would ask for your needs. That all of your emotions, that all of your feelings are safe and given to in reciprocity. And this is not about what outside expectations may be, but what you feel in the moment is the best thing possible. Doesn't it feel good to put your fingertips, running them along your skin, along the skin of someone who you feel is almost melting into you, your skin on their skin? Feels ecstatic and always looking for one another. There's something to be said about chemistry that, you cannot make up chemistry, am I right? your body is saying this. Your body tells you when someone turns you on. It quite literally gives you a lot of signs, right? But I'm not talking about butterflies of nervousness, because something that came up for me recently in a conversation I was having was when we think about butterflies and this like intensity of like, oh, maybe this is this idea of this romance of connection, of passion that I've always desired. But sometimes that idea of home, if our home wasn't necessarily a comfortable and safe environment, we tend to search out those patterns to help us heal. But if we're unconscious in that, we can end up re-experiencing that trauma over and over again, re-experiencing the same sort of relationships. And when I'm talking about disappointments too, like anything on the scale. And also, you know, if you have been through anything that was really uncomfortable, I'm so sorry. And I'm praying for all of your healing and sending you all the healing energy and love. Because something that is coming up in this society now is that we're finding a balance. It was almost like the sexuality was shunned for so long, and then almost put to the extreme in the terms of reclaiming our sexual energy and do whatever you want and like have as many partners as you want and be as fluid as you want, and like there are no rules. I mean, be a Greek god, do whatever you want. But what I'm saying is that when we touch skin to skin, we are touching energy with people. So I think it's more about the discernment of what those specific people have behind their energies and how they're really viewing you. Because I'm looking at and I just want to say, you know, this, of course, this deck is depicted as male and female. So I'm going to use he and her, but please take this as fluidly as it applies to you. Because this is just a depiction of, you know, the heteronormative relationship that you see in a lot of the stories, because they decided to only tell them. So, you know, I definitely think that it's time that we create more decks that are more inclusive. But there is, but I want to talk about this idea of the masculine and feminine. And I want to speak about it in the terms of these female or male archetypes, you know, reincarnating throughout time, always finding one another. Please understand that this could be women and women and men, and incarnating as a woman and a man and a woman and a man. And of course, that might, if that applies to you, then of course, take that. Because as we see this here, they can all be switched around. You know, we can all switch up positions here. So, this story of this warrior and this witch throughout time. This knight and this lady of the lake. Throughout so many different archetypes and stations, there are some partnerships. There are some souls that every time they meet, they see one another. And there is a reason for that. You might only truly ever feel this in glimpses right now. While you're sleeping, but you open your eyes and no one's there. But you swore that they were there. This is happening. Whatever you feel, it is happening. And it doesn't have to be applied to a specific person to be valid. Allow yourself to feel the love of the divine come to you. And when we reteach ourselves what love and sensual pleasure is, rather than what somebody else is doing to you, what feels good when you do it to yourself. And then when you connect with someone, are you seeing each other throughout time? Where do those energies collide? Well, there is a hot and juicy collision of touching and licking and sucking and loving every little inch, every big inch. I just keep seeing these beautiful beautiful breasts, these beautiful, beautiful globes of fun, of connection, of loving yourself, like every inch of you deserves to be touched like with this much love, with this much passion. And I know that it's hard to keep going sometimes. That sounded that wasn't what I meant, but I know that when we don't have the sensual release that you really, really desire, it can be very frustrating. But I'm seeing that like your body wants you to take your time. Your body wants you to give so much pleasure, give the connection and the exclamation, you know, of that pleasure. Like, allow yourself to moan. If you have to be quiet, you know, try to do it in a pillow. But allow yourself to moan. Allow yourself to feel your own sweet touch on your own nipples, on your own arms and waist, and up your thighs. There is something that happens when we allow the energy of another. Look at this. This is so interesting. It's like there is this, you're not quite seeing you're not quite seeing somebody, but you're feeling an energy that is that is saying, this is the sexual pleasure that you deserve. This is how I'm going to treat you. I'm going to spank you and whip you lightly, and then kiss you and lick you all over. And I see you, I feel you, you are perfect. Every touch, I cannot wait for the physical touch, for every sense of our fingertips on one another. You will be able to tell by the eyes and by feeling comfortable, not familiar in a way of, this is what I've experienced in life, so this must be something, this is what turned me on at this point in life, so maybe this will be similar. No. And you're going to feel really good about this, but there is this sadness of almost waiting for so long, of imagining, of being in that energy of looking towards the pleasure, of saying, of kind of always missing one another, right? Having times of just extreme ecstasy and celebration. And really, really creating this entire world that is happening. But then it's like, oh, I have to go back to reality, and I have to put a shirt on. I have to put clothes on now. I can't be naked anymore. I just kind of want to be sexy and naked and being touched and imagining my lover touching me and feeling my lover touching me and feeling that orgasm and that ecstasy all the time. And you're telling me I have to put clothes on? But then you go out and you are like sparkling and sensuous, and everyone can see how fucking hot you are and feel that sensual sexual orgasm that you just keep exuding, of that your life is an orgasm, and you just keep, and then you get that pentacle that night has carried all the way for you. throughout lifetimes. That it happened from being yourself every time, from connecting with the truth of who you are. And even though you might not see it, there is your perfect lover here for you. And this is the one that you feel home with, in the sense that when you touch one another, there is a ecstasy that is indescribable. It is a draw. And because there's a difference between taking out our sexual frustrations, on somebody who we can connect with in the moment, that is reflecting old attachment patterns, right? I find that almost there could be this sense of not even quite noticing how special something is, and then suddenly realizing that maybe there was something within you that didn't really want to move through those triggers to actually go for what it is that you were always attracted to. Somebody wants to be touched. Somebody wants to be touched. I'm like looking at these tits. I'm looking at them and they're like, ooh. If you have your own beautiful titties, play with them more. Play with them, because they are the key. Like the hard nipples are going to bring so much happiness. And really, I keep seeing, with this open chest, it's an open heart. It's an open heart. Your body wants to feel your fingertips run up and down your chest, run up and down your body, like in a sensual graze that your lover would do. I keep saying this: be your own best lover. And imagine these scenarios throughout time. Because the one thing that is consistent are the eyes. The eyes that are the windows to the soul. And I think that in these lifetimes, we go through these relationships with some, you call them karmic lovers, but people who we've had unfinished business with, who are here to reflect unconscious attachment patterns from childhood, from probably many other lifetimes that then, filter into being part of our childhood and what we need to heal. You can tell, I just feel like I need to say this, you can tell that that business with somebody is done when you stop enjoying the sex. Yeah. I mean, when you are in a relationship and there's some communication you can work with and you can work on, and that helps. I'm not telling you to, just cut that off, but I'm saying that I'm more applying to the experience where the sex with another is something that is healing and that is life affirming. And then maybe sometimes it isn't that anymore because we worked through the lessons we needed to do with somebody. And this also really is going to relate to so much more of the foundation upon who you are connected with. But sometimes we are just meant to have connections for a certain amount of time, learn our lessons with that person, and move on. While others times there are two birds that will always find one another. And these two are never going to part. They are the same. They're the same souls in many different bodies, in many different stories, and many different circumstances. And it's almost like the journey is, how do they get together throughout all of those circumstances, throughout conditioning to keep them separate? How do they decide to move forward together? You have the Chariot right in the middle here. Moving together. So that is about what is your life of your highest destiny, your self-realization and actualization. And so the people that, so I think what your body is saying here is that the people who to connect to in a physical way, there may be someone that is the person that when you connect with them, you see throughout time and you see a connection that is building. But there also can be a lot of really great lovers who maybe are looking to please you and bring you something wonderful into your life. And the discernment here is not about just trying to placate or almost like ease any frustrations, but it's about the fact that whoever you meet and when you touch skin with somebody, you are leaving some of your DNA behind. You are exchanging some DNA cells. So whoever you meet, whoever you touch, you are connecting to. And, how intimate we decide to get really, it's a sliding scale on how much we connect with somebody's entire energetic sphere, right? So I think what your body is saying is that feel free to be touched and touch whoever you feel really drawn to, whoever it is, as many people as you are drawn to, as long as they are showing up in authentic ways, in authentic energies that feel good to you. And if you are in a place where you don't know what feels good, then take a break from connecting with others and connect with yourself to be your own best lover first. But, woohoo, and we got the lovers here. Hey, I mean, have a threesome if that's what you want to do, because there is the Three of Cups here, so I want to say that. You know, also, hey, polyamory, you know, if that's what is doing it for you, we are such evolved, omnipresent beings that if there is a relationship of 3 people that is coming up in your life, maybe that's something that is really here to help you grow. It's also all about the connection. So some people might have that. I keep seeing 2 people, but I want to be open to anybody's different choices, huh? Lovers is about a choice, right? So this is really interesting because it's the choice. It's a choice of a lover too, right? The choice of who it is that you are going to connect that body to, that you are going to allow to pleasure and touch you. You know, where have those fingers been? I'll tell you that the way that the man in these cards is looking at the woman really gives me all that I need to know about the story. Appreciation, reverence, connection, love, lust, and gratitude, because this is the Six of Pentacles, like coming home to give, to help, to offer what it is that they really deserve. Someone is looking at you. The Eight of Swords here. You see how, wow, I've never seen this in this Eight of Swords before. This is absolutely amazing. So do you see how this woman is looking to the devil, and it's almost like her arm is the arm of the devil, where sometimes we can be so distracted by what we think we need to be, by what this society has sort of said we need to be, and that's the sexual act needs to be performative, that we can be looking outside of ourselves in some sort of disassociation. And there's the arm. You see that? How that arm kind of looks like the arm of the devil right there. Which, what is the devil? The devil is the fact that there is a part of ourselves that we disassociate from, our emotional well, our true present state, because when we're asked to be performative and to be perfect and to try to be something other than our true authentic selves, there is a sort of split, and that becomes this part of the shadow that is saying, you have to do this and this and this, and this is what's required, and this is what it's supposed to feel like, and this is what it's supposed to be. Let's let that go. Okay. It's not about this. It's about this. You see? Like letting go and allowing the sensual pleasure and not caring about your stomach or your anything, or shaving, or if you're perfect, or if you are good enough to receive this, because you are so worthy and so loved and like cherished, and your body wants to be fucked and made love to and licked and fucked and made love to again, okay? The King of Chalices and the Queen of Chalices, just wanted to say that. And we have the Emperor and the Ace of Swords. 7 of Pentacles. Woo! Knight of Swords. Okay. Sometimes we can get in our heads about things. About what something means. Almost trying to hold on to it to make it exactly what it needs to be. But like, try something new. Ooh, hey, try something new, as I said that. Maybe allow that dominant part of yourself to take over a little bit, right? You can receive and you can lie back, but you can also take charge of what feels good for you. The inner seductress. I heard something about, someone said to me something very insightful that was really amazing, about the inner seductress being the masculine part of our masculine energy. And I think that is so apt and such a great insight to take with us, that if you are a divine feminine, that the balance of the inner masculine can be in that seductress energy of really taking charge of what you want, of like, you know, going wild. You know, like, that pleasure. Sorry, this card is like really, really hot, isn't it? That card is like, I mean, as I'm looking at this deck like looks like a playground to me. But we've got the Queen of Cups and the King of Cups right here, and both of this shows nurturing. And you know, you can be that inner seductress, you can be the nurturing goddess, and you can flow throughout all of them. You can be the maiden cleansing themselves in the beautiful fresh spring, and you can be all of this. You can be this glorious hot artist waiting at home for their lover to come and, you know, fucking rail them from behind and then, you know, turn them over and lick them and make sweet love, right? You can be all of those things all in one day, okay, honey? I just want to get one card here as we finish up, because this is getting me distracted. All of these, all of these fun positions here. Prosperity on the bottom of the deck. The frequency of prosperity supports our feeling of well-being by allowing the inclusion of everything that makes your body, mind, heart, soul, and spirit sing. It invites us to express ourselves in joy and celebration of the abundance and riches that the universe provides. Wow, babe. There's some prosperity in your love life. Okay, you can't make this up, right? You can't make this up, right? Prosperity flew out as I shuffled it. An allowance. And let me tell you, this has come up. These two cards have come up like for the past few months together, and this has like been shuffled a lot since these two cards came up together. Sometimes spirit just gets me. All right. The frequency of allowance invites us to be open to whatever comes our way, without judgment, without opinion, without fear, and without resistance. When we allow, the universe becomes our partner in the wondrous dance of existence and expansion. Okay. I think that has spoken for itself here. There is a prosperous, wonderful allowance of this relationship, of love, of lovers, of sensuality, of what your body wants to feel. And by being able to seduce yourself, you can be your own best lover. And holding this really sexy, masculine, and feminine energy within, there is a union of this energy coming up for you. And this is going to help aid in your manifestations, in just the pleasure of every day. And there's going to be more orgasms, more frequent orgasms coming your way. That is a message that is really, it's like needing to be said. As you awaken this untapped Kundalini energy, this sexual energy of allowing the orgasm to rise through your chakra system, through your light body, your ancestors are healing and letting go of so much generations of shame, and you get to exude and really revel in the ecstasy of your sexual expression, of your sensual expression, of your delight in the touch of your own body. And be proud of that. Be proud of that. Walk out in the world knowing what you truly deserve. And you do not need to settle for anything less. You are royalty. You deserve the epic, epic sensual, sexual, ecstatic romance. And in whatever way that is perfect for you to experience, that is going to happen. And it is going to integrate into every area of your life. This is your creation energy for your dream life. Every time you have an orgasm, you are productive. Okay? All right. That feels like a good note to end this on. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate this. This energy came through again, 11:11, when I was tapped on the shoulder to read this. Everything is coming together. 11:11, when I was tapped on the shoulder to read this, and they say the Four of Wands is 11:11. So, happy orgasms. Happy coming. Okay. Thanks so much for being here. If you want a personal reading, I do all sorts of readings. I do astrology and couples readings as well. And let me know how you like this. I really appreciate all the support. So thank you so much. Take care. Bye.